Good afternoon and evening, Southwest Arkansas. Welcome back, Southwest Arkansas. Weather here on Monday, January the 26th, 2026. Taking a look at your evening weather blog, starting off first with current road conditions. And as you can see, the story pretty much remains the same. And this is going to be the story. We've kind of seen some small improvements as we go on throughout the day today, but not a whole lot. And that's going to continue to be the case. Overnight tonight, anything that's been melted on the roads is going to likely refreeze as we get back down into the teens and potentially single digits tonight. So black ice will be a big deal tomorrow. A lot of your secondary roads, they're just going to be continue to be really just covered in that ice and ice patches across the region because, I mean, this is a lot of our equipment here in Southwest Arkansas isn't built to be able to withstand as much packed of, or as really hard packed as this ice is. I mean, it's almost like you're walking on concrete out there, slick, super slick concrete in most locations. That sun come out today and kind of made some spots a little. It's starting to work on it, but like I said, it's got to get above freezing and it's got to really get to work. So tomorrow, hopefully, we'll start to get some of that to melt, but don't expect this to be a quick and easy melting phase by any means because with this, it's so packed down that a lot of this isn't really going to melt for a long time. It's going to take a little while. This road, Gillingham Overpass, looking a lot better at this time compared to what it looked like earlier this morning. Let's take a look in Arkadelphia. Interstate's starting to look actually really good, but once again, black ice will be a good possibility. Still some ice patches being reported there. Don't really know what's going on here. The camera's turned northbound. Maybe there was a wreck earlier. I'm not 100% sure. Still some patches up in the Hot Springs County area. I mean, you can see there's still some areas there as well. I mean, up in Hot Springs, let's take a look up through here. Still different just areas of ice covered areas. I'm definitely right here, and so it just really depends on where you're at. I mean, it's just going to take a while for a lot of these roads to clear out. A lot of these secondary roads, you got to really let that kind of get a little softer before they can really start to work on trying to get that ice off of there. So that's a little bit look at that. Let's come down here now and look at the evening weather blog and talk about the 6 day forecast for what's in store for the rest of this week. As you can see, we kind of warm up some, but we stay on the cool side for overnight lows. So mostly sunny skies look likely through Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to be in the 40s in some locations, but upper 30s for the most part across most of Southwest Arkansas on Tuesday. We should, though, get above freezing, so expecting some melting to occur. Not a whole lot, though, because whatever it does, if there's water sitting there, if there's anything liquid sitting, it'll go back to freeze, refreeze, and black ice will be another danger Tuesday night into Wednesday morning as temperatures will be in the teens. On Wednesday, though, we do get up into the 40s across the region. Overnight lows back into the 20s, and on Thursday, we start to see another shot of potentially Arctic air for the weekend with colder temperatures potentially on the way. So these highs could get bumped down more, but there is currently a highs on Thursday going to be in the mid 40s. But the big story is mostly cloudy skies with overnight lows in the 20s and a 20% chance of rain, which we'll go over some data here in just a moment after we go through the 6 day forecast, which shows that being a possibility on Thursday. Right now, it's a low chance. It's nothing like what we just seen this weekend, but with how cold it's been and how cold it will be through the remainder of that weekend, won't take much to cause road issues if we get some snow to fall on some areas there. Overnight lows going to be in the 20s. Then on Friday, highs back into the lower 30s. Some areas may not get above freezing with overnight lows in the single digits, and single digits and teens, and partly cloudy skies there on Friday. Sunny skies on Saturday with highs in the lower 30s, overnight lows in the teens. Highs around 40 degrees on Sunday. Partly cloudy skies, overnight lows in the teens once again there for that time frame. Taking a quick look here at the at our model data. Let's talk a little bit about what could be in store for this upcoming time frame by looking over the data. Remember, model data isn't perfect, but it helps us get a general idea on what could be possible. Remainder of this week should remain dry. We could have some fog overnight tonight, and if that is the case, we may have some freeze fog. So that may mean that may leave a slick layer of ice over the roadways. But watch what happens here as we go into Thursday. Really, Thursday evening, Thursday night, maybe some rain, maybe some snow mix there across the region. right there into the night on Friday, or into the night Thursday into Friday. But like you've seen, it's not a whole lot currently looking at what the what this overall looks like. This is through next Saturday, and you can see just picking up on maybe some. We'll have to see what occurs as we go closer. That's one of the models, and once again, let's just take a look at temperatures on the GFS model to show you it's going to be cold again tonight, warming up some. And this is just one model, so don't take these numbers as exactly what it is. But the general story is going to be cold back into this weekend, and I mean that just continues to be the case through that weekend. Now, European model, let's also talk about that with showing you the precipitation type and going into this really continuing to be dry through the first half of the week. Then into Thursday, this is just a little different and doesn't have much, just some. So you can see the confidence right now is low, but worth keeping an eye on as we go through that time frame. Temperatures, though, once again, they're going to be on the cold side through this week and into that time frame for this weekend. And you can see temperatures as we go into Friday, they cool down, and then we just kind of stay right there. Look at this. This is wanting to bring air temperatures Saturday morning down into the single digits and below zero again. That may be a little stronger, but once again, colder temperatures. General idea is another round of Arctic air could be potentially moving in towards the end of that time frame. And another detail that we look at this far out is just our quantitative precipitation. What we're about to show you here is it shows the chances of, hey, what's the chance of maybe a hundredth of an inch of rain there, or of QPF or precipitation as we go into Thursday. You can see it's picking up on some chances. Like we said, it's not major, but there's some there, so it's worth raising an eyebrow for, showing that there's going to be some moisture there. Can it be enough to squeeze out maybe a flurry or two? We'll keep an eye on it. Like we said, with how cold it's been, even if we do just get a little bit, it could still cause some impacts to some of the roadways and stuff of that nature due to just how cold it's been, and it won't take much to cause issues if that occurs. We'll have to keep a close eye on that, and we'll keep you updated on the newest if there is any changes to that. Like we said, though, that's on the low side of things. Continue to monitor the page closely, and we'll continue to keep you updated at this time. Current observations as of 7 p.m. Temperatures already back down into the 20s. Earlier today, looking at where we did reach actually the 30s. I really think this is actually too cold, is what this was showing. I know we had some reported locations actually get up to near 34 degrees, and I think that shows that right there over Clark County and some other portions. But for the most part, we stayed in the teens and single digit, or in the 20s and 30s this morning. Though temperatures were in the teens and really in the teens, maybe some single digits. And if we take a look at wind chills, they're still on the cold side up in northern Arkansas. Thankfully, that wind's died down some, but this morning, look at that. Look at those observed wind chills there. So that's definitely another thing there that we've been watching, just being continuing to be cold across that region. But as always, that's all we have for the 6 day forecast. We're still waiting to get official totals in. We have some. Looks like most of us ended up getting a lot of sleet, maybe some snow mixed in with that, some freezing rain on top of that as well, or mixed in with that. Not as much, though, freezing rain, thankfully, so that helped keep power outages for the most part down. Although some power outages did occur over in Sevier, Little River, and Miller County. That's where the highest ice totals occurred, or observed ice totals occurred, according to the observations. They had, I think, near a half an inch or greater of freezing rain in those locations up there. Further south in Louisiana, Mississippi, a lot of people were still without power due to them getting up to a quarter, 3/4 of an inch of ice to 1 inch of ice. Not that this isn't sleet/snow totals I'm talking about. This is that freezing rain that's around trees. They got a lot of it down there, and they got hit hard into Mississippi and Louisiana. So we missed out on that, thankfully. But for the most part, we had a just solid pack of ice pretty much that you could go skiing on, or not necessarily skiing on, but ice, playing some hockey on and some other stuff like that. Anyways, want to say big thanks as always to all of our sponsors: J&S Auto Supply, Bumper to Bumper, Landmark Insurance Agency, Palmer's Roofing, and Patterson's Credit Union. As always, you just got to give this stuff time to melt. If you don't have to get out and travel for a few days, just keep it nice and easy out there. Some of your main roads, depending on where you're at, they're starting to get better. Expect black ice tomorrow morning. And your secondary and county roads and city roads, they're probably still going to be difficult, if not iced over to travel on. So just take it easy. We'll get through this. It's just going to take a bit for this to get really out of here due to how compact it's going to be and how cold we're going to be in the 40s and 30s. Anyways, have a great rest of your evening, and thank you guys very much for trusting us right here with your source for all things Southwest Arkansas weather.